Alright, so let's get to getting our character prepped and ready to go. So here's our captain in the loading screen. Please unlock him. Alright, so this is our basic UI, and you'll be seeing the screen quite a bit. We're in open space right now, hovering over Fusa's hold. And if I want to enter here and land on a plant, but for now let's hold off on doing that. This is where I explain how basically this works. Up here we see our health for our captain, and as you can see I have 160 HP, so we're pretty beef. You can see our reputation of the current dominant quadrant faction, so we have plus 10 with ultimate missile right now. You can see our danger level, so right now we basically have 13 danger. And you can see, as you can see, the danger level of the quadrant determines how safely we can travel, orbit, explore the quadrant. If the danger level is too high, we risk accidents, ship damage, and crew injuries operating here. So it's something to watch out for crew danger because, if it's really dangerous, it can really hurt you. But usually in the early game, it's not too bad. Having a high danger rating, we're okay with this. We can stay here for a little bit, I think. On the right here, you can see our hull. So that's basically the hull of our ship and the name of it. So there's a Frontier liner. It's got 1400 hull. And then down here we got some alerts basically I have to go through. So over here you can basically see alert for our hyperdrive. So we have enough fuel to make a hyperdrive jump. Down here you can basically see that we need beds for a crew. So apparently in my crew here we basically are lacking we're lacking a crew member. And by the way, I can go into the crew and see the details we'll do in a bit. You can basically see for this one we basically have 27 crew members that are ready to level up. We'll do that in a bit as well, but we'll get to that right after we get through the alerts and stuff. Over here we basically have an interface, we can go to the different things, there's a galaxy button, an atlas button, factions, etc, etc, etc. These basically correspond to different parts of the game, so if we press the galaxy button here, we are now looking at our galaxy, and this is what our galaxy looks like. So basically it's we're in the galaxy, and there's different quadrants. Each quadrant will basically have several planets in it, and those planets can have their different zones and stuff, so there's lots to explore. Judging from this faction map, I'm actually kind of interested in because we have basically a jump over here and then over here, so that's very interesting. We also have 2 points to go over to this part of the map over here, so that's interesting too as well. Looking at the map a little bit in close detail, we're basically in a very clustered area right here, and around us we have a DFuxa's world, Cater worlds, Makulili worlds. We have over here one of the house's worlds. I forgot their name. House Fulin. We have a couple of Java's worlds up here, as well as other stuff over in here. There's another Clan Ultimate Mesa world over there, by the way. And we have another one over here. So we're pretty spaced out apparently. We got our places all over the place. So that'll be interesting for running around the galaxy. But we're here right now. Now, I'll note that, here in, Forco's Pillars, we basically have, several planets, and, this makes up, the galaxy, we're basically, part of the galaxy we're basically in. Each of these planets can have, 1 or 2 zones, and these zones basically correspond to, different, attributes that these things can have. So over here we have, a zone of, 2. So, Night's Rest. Night's Rest basically has access to an Indian Maya operation, as well as, a DFuxa's farming, operation, so that's actually controlled by, an enemy faction. Over here in Haley's Hope, we basically have access to a Steel Song, world, as well as a wilderness area we can explore. Now, I'll note by the way, with how this works, the wilderness area basically means, there's a lot of, untapped potential in this world that has been, so we say, explored by human, civilization yet. So we can go there, find, treasures and stuff like that maybe later on. And a lot of each of these worlds basically have an F symbol or a P symbol and stuff like that. These are basically indicate what type of worlds they are. So we just have a farming operation here. There's an industrial world over here. There's a refinery over here. Over here, and all the way if I zoom in, you can see it a little bit better. So we have a refinery with an R. We have a refinery for an R. And there's also a population world there as well. And a little bit the one on the right is always the better world zone in here, so basically there's gonna be a better refinery here than a population center, but there's gonna be one of both. So it's a very interesting setup here. We'll be able to have a lot of fun here, I think. And over here, by the way, you got the Arbor. She's basically at the destination of Dagova over here on Slayer City. Now, that's basically like, the map we basically live in. And I don't know well, if you jump in here, we're going to jump on the population center and like, land here. So let's do that right now. Landing takes fuel, so we have to like, pay for our water fuel, which is basically our fuel source in this game. And on the planets, you basically get like a news feed, so you can like learn stuff that's going on. So apparently, at this time right now, a malicious bombing of the DFuxa Syndicate Orbital Research Station was blown up. The Highwind Orbital has sent shockwaves across the galaxy. Blame is being cast on at the Huna Order rivals and the Faen family. So, apparently, like, the DFuxa Syndicate, Orbital blew up. That's very good information to know if you played this game before, because it's actually telling us who our enemies are going to be in this game. So, apparently we're going to be enemies to the DFuxa. And they're basically over here. So, we're going to have some stuff happening over here in Golgotha Arm very soon. That's good to know. By the way, I'll note by the way there's an Alice in this game. If you want to basically get a breakdown of what's going on in your world, you're gonna see what stuff being sold at places and like other stuff. It's basically like for worlds to visit though, so you have to visit to get this impression. But like a breakdown of like what the world basically is. So we're over a large world right now with an oceanic world. It's ultra dense atmosphere. It's got a very hazardous, dangerous it's very hazardous this atmosphere, but whatever, it's fine. Our last line was basically 2 days ago. And you're going to see like which way it offers. So you can basically buy refueling here, you can buy port maintenance, you can buy like spice, and there's basically a contact here if I want, which is nice as well. That's interesting. There's a contact here. Cool. We'll get into that a little bit on the third episode, but for now we'll see, note there's a person there. I'll note that as well, there's like, a factions button. This basically tells you about like, the current faction ratings and how you basically interact with them. So right now we're Clan Alta Mesa, like we're basically like loyal to them, and with 10 reputation, Clan Alta Mesa hopes that we will continue to support their causes within the galaxy, but they're still leery of our intent. So basically, at like 10 reputation, we could go our own way and we could like be enemies to these guys or friends to them. I'll note right now these guys are apparently in economic dominance war with like Seal Song, and we'll get to what that means in the third episode. But for now, that's basically a thing to worry about. Basically. Going forward. There's also an alliance basically between Ultimus and Javit, so right now we're apparently like, allied to Javit, and that means that like, we can possibly have missions that like, benefit them, or like, we can like, interact with them in positive ways. The DFuxa Syndicate, they are currently neutral of us. That will change very soon. This is sort of throw it out there. And not much is going on with these guys right now, but stuff will basically happen where like, these guys will basically interact with each other and us. We'll basically have a positive reputation, negative reputation if we basically interact with them, and, stuff will go on like that. And, the ship button basically indicates, like, what our ship looks like, so we can basically see, like, what our firepower by range looks like. So right now we have pretty evenly distributed firepower, so we're pretty much good at all ranges. You can see, like, what our ship looks like. So there's our mass, our hull, there's our fuel, what our armor and shield looks like. There's our medical rating, our passengers, if we have any. How many prisoners we can basically have, and if we're going to use fighters and stuff. That's basically about our engine right there. So basically, it takes 2 fuel to like move around the galaxy. We take 13 fuel per combat. We have basically 8 reactor points to play around with, and 4 RP to make a change range in combat as well. And there's our speed, our agility. This goes up and down depending on your engine, by the way. So smaller engines will have like, a lot more speed and agility for like smaller ships and stuff like that. But there's stuff as well. But we can like click on this to like, get interested about stuff. So, for example, if I click on command here, it'll basically tell me like, what command does. And in ship combat, command uses a standard dice for defense. So, there's some extra information I basically learn what this is all about. So, it's all good stuff basically. I'll try and like keep it simple though, because like, right now our ship is looking pretty good. We need to get a new crew member, but it's fine. We'll get to that when we get to it. Also down here we also have other buttons as well. We have like, craft, which basically indicates if you have craft, but we don't have any. Dry dock ships will basically be like if you have any ships in dry dock, which we don't. We only don't have the one right now. We also have a ship build, which basically indicates like what our ship looks like. So, basically our ship right now we have 2 cargo holds. Basic ones, to store our cargo. We also have a exploring like harvester bay over here, which basically gives us a little bit extra cargo, and also helps us like getting better yields when we're doing exploration. And that's very important because we'll be doing a lot of that soon, I think. You can see how big our barracks is. Basically, we have a house for 24, and a little bit as well. We can actually hold up to like 30 crew members. So I'm gonna update my barracks to be a little bit bigger next time when we get the chance to. Or maybe not. I could also go for a smaller, like, crew if I wanted to as well. We have our bridge. We have, like, our hyperwarp engine. And hopefully this is going to, like, all be upgraded and swapped out for the most part. Except for, like, the bridge and the hyperwarp engine, they have to stay in there, of course, as well as the engine. Down here, you can basically see, like, our officer quarters. We have, like, weapons locker. We have, like, passenger cabin for missions or weapons. Pretty straightforward base of what it all does. Now, I will note, by the way, that there's a captain's log, and from this you basically, find your interests and stuff. You can, break down, like, awards and, what's basically eligible to you. So, right now, basically, the, let's see here. This is basically eligible to be unlocked if I want, and you can see, like, a little, like, check mark basically indicating that I can do it. So, we can still achieve this. I said to basically win 50 crew battles on difficulty hard or higher in less than 10 years to basically get this unlocked. We'll see if I can pull that off or not. We'll see. Scores and stats basically indicate, like, a breakdown of, like, what's going on. So I have had an honor of basically owning one starship. We've basically come across, like, 2 contacts so far. My actually faraway worlds has heard the rare artifacts, blah blah. This, like, this breakdowns, like, a lot of important things, like, how many naval battles have they fought, crew battles, missions, etc., etc. So that's basically the ship button. If I go to crew, this will be like a breakdown of crew, and I'll probably do this in a little bit as well, but we're basically going to go through these guys, so, like, assign talents and, like, look at each one of them, I guess. But I'll get to that after my explorations are done. You can see, like, food crew status, crews by traits, so you can see, like, what traits these guys basically have. So we have Dread Legacy and Air Flame. My doctor here, she has Mysterious and 2 unknown traits. My Core Master here, that's the Core Master icon, by the way. She has a Traveler and Gospel trait. And these traits can play, like, a big part in our, like, our game, by the way, because, for example, if I have someone who has their hide, it means they're going to be very good about, for salvaging, because they'll get morale for it. Never Lost. No idea what that does. Let's just look at it. So, Never Lost. She has a chance to gain a permanent navigation bonus when leveling. That's really nice, because she's also, she's also basically, a navigator, and navigators basically benefit from having navigation, so she'll be really good. Though I will note something as well. Something about her skills, by the way, you're going to see, like, a bracket next to these, and basically, like, these are, like, the base skills for, like, your classes. So basically, as a navigator, she basically gets, like, 2 tactics in navigation on level 1, and actually level up to get more. This little one for Intimidate, though, this is, like, something optional that she has access to, but she'll only be able to benefit that with me if she becomes an officer. As a basic crew member like she is right now, she's only going to give me navigation and tactics, but if I make her an officer, she also give me Intimidate as well. So that's the thing to note. That's not too important for her, though, because, it's not that great, but, whatever. And she also self-stop for our trait down here, by the way, as well. So that's cool as well. You can see her attributes, and, like, something about this game, by the way, your starting guys will have better attributes than, like, you normally will find, so you don't really want to dismiss these guys unless they're really terrible. And for the most part, like, we'll see if they're terrible or not as I go through them, later on down the road. You can see a talent manifest to see, like, you basically got, so you can see like, skill savings, so if you have any skill saves, it'll be here. Ship encounters, you have stuff like this over here. And, this would be really great for to have, like, certain, like, traits basically filled out for your uses and such. And you have a consult button here, basically, to troll things, so you can click this, for example. You can, break down what's going on, so this is your ship alert bar. It's an information hub for both ship and crew. If the ship is understaffed or badly damaged, you will see that here. And we will see the crew's SS, how many empty beds we have, who needs to be leveled up, blah, blah. There's explaining what I basically told you already, well, for the most part as well. So there's a lot of, like, in-game help, which is very, very nice. And apparently I failed the pilots test, so I'm this Admiral Rally crew and battered ship. So when I land on this, like, this robot where we had a failed test here, you'll see this happen a lot as well, but, we'll get that in the third episode. Basically over here we have, like, a breakdown of, like, what's happening with your ship and, like, as things go along. That's what this is all about over here. Alright, so contacts. Contacts will be, like, who we basically know in the world, so right now we basically know of the Arbor, as well as these 2 contacts we basically picked with, to start out with. We apparently have the Starport mechanic with us, which is very cool. And as you can see here, she offers commercial missions, she offers me mechanic recruits, she offers me, like, introductions, the ability to buy intel, discount fuel, all good things basically to have. You can, like, click the other guys as well, so right now we basically have, like, the Arbor, she'll offer me introduction and buy intro as well, but the female with the armor, by the way, you can't interact with her until a little bit later, so she won't be like great until a little bit later on. And by the way, you can also see her traits as well, so right now, basically, for example, she hates Huna, she's born a royalty, so basically she pays less for her missions, but offers a discount on my lower rank cost if she's a military person, which she isn't, but you take what you get. So she's born a royalty, and she has 2 unknown traits. You can see her connection to other traits here, so basically she supports a Starport commander apparently called Todd Soleil with a rating of 62. These guys as well. It's possible, by the way, that with the introductions I might meet these guys, we'll basically see. Who knows? By the way, she poses a right chart smuggler prince as well, so it's very possible as well that she's gonna have missions against this guy as well. Just to throw out there. And we also have this guy down here, the Radar Explorer. This guy offers trait permits, exo scouts, all good things. We'll make use of this guy for sure, I think. He also has 4 traits I don't know anything about, so hopefully we'll learn about him later on. And all this stuff. And that's just the alarm. I'm actually recording this, by the way, after midnight, and usually put the garbage out after midnight, so that's what that alarm was all about. Alright, so over here we got missions. This will be a briefing of what missions we have to do. So right now I have 3 weeks space to pick up the Arbiter, and we'll probably do that eventually, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And there's rumors. That'll be a breakdown of rumors you basically know about. These will be very important for learning about what hazards you might have in space or what opportunities might be around. And that's basically your shipping interface and all that stuff. Down here basically you can see other stuff as well. So you got credits, basically your current money. Cargo we're basically carrying, and you can click on the cargo, basically see your cargo hold as well. Down here you can also see other stuff as well, so you got intro records if you have any, mission cargo if you have any, status locations, all good stuff. Over here you've got a land button, just basically lands you on the planet that you're currently landed on, if it's one available. You can click the map button and go back up. The menu button is basically for menu, so you can go in here if you want to do stuff. And as you can see, by the way, I'm on turn 4 because I landed and it took 3 turns to do. And that's basically a breakdown of everything right there. And before we sort of end this episode, I'm just going to quickly go for my crew here. So at the start of your game, you're basically doing a lot of crew management and stuff like that. And we're just going to have a separate crew here. So, well, a little bit if you want to. You can actually make this game pick the talents for you if you want yourself. So you don't have to basically choose your talents are for these guys. But I like to mainly pick them because there's some talents I like to have in my guys early on to make things a little bit easier. For my captain here, for example. We're basically going to train a talent for a grenade launch. And just a nice little combat ability you can get on your captain to, basically hit people for, very powerful, debuff. As well as do a lot of damage to 2 people. It's only 16 initiative too, so it's really, really powerful. So we'll get that for him. My doctor, I'm not looking for my doctor here. We're going to get medical staff. There's basically something there's skill checks you basically do in this game, and you actually saw this with the piloting here. If you have the skill checks for these guys, you can actually automatically pass these if you get a failed roll. So these are really good to have, to make things a little bit easier for you. So let's get this right now. My quartermaster over here, I'm going to get access to something called contract bargain. There's a possibility that when you're going through this game that your people are going to leave you. Is it if their morale gets too low? Basically, people can desert you in this game, and when that happens, it means you lose the guy, and you don't know on your ship. Having contract bargain basically means you can try to keep them and get they'll basically stay with you if you're lucky, which is good about contract bargain. So I'm going to pick it right now. By the way, if you look over here, you can see what traits basically you basically have. So if I have it, you can see one member of our crew basically knows the exact talent, and then other crew may knows one talent of this type. So basically, because we have contract bargain, one person has it, that's him, and one crew basically knows it. And if someone else has a talent that's similar to it, you'll basically get an alert of it, so you can see what talents you basically want and all this stuff. And we'll go to our engineer here. She is going to get access to port maintenance. This is a nice little thing to basically repair your ship when you basically land. So basically you're going through space, so damage happen to your ship. This can help keep it fixed up. Now I'll know about these 4 first guys up here, and I can go by filter here and go to officers. These guys are my officers on my ship, and they're basically going to be they'll be very interesting, these guys, because they'll level up a lot faster, and they're going to basically multi-class them into other jobs eventually. We'll see that down the road. after these guys, we also have the ship crew, and, well, apparently these guys also appear over here, the officers, so that's kind of annoying, but whatever. These guys basically form like the bulk of basically, you know, it's sort of my job. They'll form like the bulk of like, you know, my like ability to do things to these guys, because they'll have like, you know, lots of like seal checks and stuff like that to like, run the ship. We start with 2 crew dogs up here, by the way. So one of these guys is got 21 charisma, and the other guy has 20 charisma. Other than that, for crew dogs, charisma is really important because they have a talent that's basically fixed to charisma. So they have something called relax and leave, and based on your charisma, you'll basically have a chance to like increase the morale of like, you know, your people when you have this. So we'll pick this up. And for this one right here, I'm going to get her to get safety protocols, which is basically a ship pass thing here. So we have this talent, basically, you know, when you have ship offs, we'll basically pass them automatically, hopefully. We'll go to her E-Tech here, and she has pretty good stats. I don't think stats for the E-Tech really matters too much, because nothing for them is really based on it. Like, their skills are mostly what, you know, dictate what they basically do here, so for them, you just pick us up stuff and, like, you know, hope for the best for the most part. So with her, we're going to get Hotwire for her, and that's another skill check type of thing. For her next one right here, she's going to get Signature Jammer. And for this guy here, let's get access to... I may want to get this one right here, the Alert Scanner, just so you can see how this basically works with like rumors and stuff. So we'll get that. And this guy here is going to get access to... Well, we'll get our Hotwire. It's sometimes good to have like these stacked up, because it's possible to have like these go on cooldown, like for as you can see, for weeks. And when these are on cooldown, by the way, if like one of them is on cooldown, you don't have another one ready, you can very much like fail a check like second time around while they're on cooldown. So it's good to sometimes have like these doubled up. So we'll do that with him. Next, we have our gunners down here. So for these guys down here, much like the E-Techs, I don't think these guys matter for their stats for like their stuff here. So this is basically skill-based stuff here. So for these guys here, one's going to get Bullseye Certainty, so I can basically pass tactics tests a little bit easier. Another one I think will get access to Bombardment. This is like a ship attack ability, so we'll get that. I think for another one here, we'll get access to Elusive Barrage. And these talents, by the way, I'm picking up right now, these are basically good talents for, like, you know, surviving in balance, because they reduce the accuracy of enemy ships. So if you want basically enemies to miss you, which is good for, like, you know, avoiding like damage to your ship, these are like good you know, things to have access to. Another good thing to have access to is boarding assault. So basically, when you get into like battles, you can like board your enemy's vessel and try to, like, you know, kill a crew. So I'll have like at least one of these right there. And let's get another bombardment just for the hell of it. So 2 bombardments. Alright, so here's our little mechanic over here. Usually for this guy right here, I like to get, like, you know, careful testing or discount repairs. Careful testing is good for like repair checks, because, you know, you can pass them a little bit easier. Discount repair basically helps you repair your ship. But let's get this for now. And then we have our navigators. So, I don't think for these guys, like, the stats matter either, but let's do a quick check of them. And I think like most of the stuff is based on skills, like these site tests. A lot of these talents basically are based on this, like the skills that you guys have. So I'll note that the crew dogs basically the exception of, like, you know, they're like, you know, this talent right here, relax and leave. And they might have some other talents as well that like are based on charisma, but I think it's just that one. Yeah, they just have like, you know, for the rest of the stuff is skill based. Whoops, hit the wrong thing there. So for these navigators here, one of these guys is going to get access to fast getaway. This is a good escape talent to make, you know, get away from ships if you don't want to fight them. We're actually going to get another fast getaway, so, you know, we're going to, you know, double down, like, you know, getting away if we need to. Now, I want to get recharged here because this is like a navigation test like thing you can do, so you can basically pass your navigation things, and this is a big deal because you'll do a lot of navigation tests a lot in this game, so we'll at least have, like, you know, those 3 having those talents there. So recharts, fast getaway, and fast getaway. And I'll note by other good stuff you basically have here as well. I generally like to get, like, you know, perhaps a fishing route on these guys as well, because they have a high navigation skill at some point. As well as, like, you know, sometimes getting storm navigator as well, but there'll be other stuff basically, you know, to, you know, help out with this as well. They also help with tactics tests as well if you want to, but there's also units to do that type of things too. Alright, so these pods are my guys who come next. Now, I do know for a fact that the pods do benefit from their quickness stat here, so one of their talents basically, called Quick Surge, you can basically move further if you have, quickness here. And, if you have high quickness, you basically have a higher chance basically of doing, the Quick Surge, get into closer range with people, if you want to do a ship combat that way. So, basically she has, 20 quickness this one. That's not bad for, that type of skill if you want to get that eventually, but for now, you're going to get expert maneuver. And you're over here, you got the 19 quickness. You're going to get access to... I want to get sure landfall. I probably should have got this before landing on the world, so again, we can, reduce our opportunity time to 1 and, fuel cost to 1, but, whatever, we'll get it now. You'll get access to evasive maneuvers. This is, a nice defensive thing you can do, so you can basically dodge enemy shots a little bit easier. And... let's just get evasive maneuvers again. So, 2 will have evasive maneuvers. And then we have our combat crew. And unlike the other guys, I can sort these guys by, there. So, these are my combat crew down here. These guys would be, the guys who, board the enemy ships or, defend my ships from boarding. And there's a thing that can happen by the way. They're also used for, ground invasion and stuff like that as well. We have access to a pistolier. And, by the way, these guys' stats are really... Well, I'll note the stats for these guys are really important, and this was a good example of a guy who's really, really crappy. So, this pistolier has very, very poor quickness, but, she is horribly poor. Wow. Alright, well, this is, a good example where you may want to dismiss a character because they're very, very bad. So, this pistolier has, stats I never seen a pistolier get this bad on, the starting run, because usually, when you're recruiting people, you can, recruit people this quality. So, usually the guys on your ship are going to get better quality than this, with stats, so, let's just go to one of these other guys here. That's kind of decent. She's also kind of bad, but, Alright, so, there's, this guy here, he has, plus 3, 20s, and, his stats here. Usually you can find, guys that have, good stats like this. So, are all my guys bad? It seems like all of them have very, very piss poor stats. Alright, she's somewhat good. So, here's a good example for someone who's actually worth keeping at least. This swordsman has access to, a fairly poor strength stat, which basically means she's poor at damaging, but she has good fortitude and, very, very high quickness and wisdom. So she can be very evasive and, act first in that battle, which is very nice. That's a bad trait for her to have, but, whatever, it'll help with her damage release if she lands the hits. She's also scrappy, so she has a chance to start hits a little bit easier. Well, we'll keep her at least because, the other guys are complete crap for the most part. This person has, way too low HP. She has decent initiative, but, well, I guess I could keep her in the back if I want to. This person here, she has... Nimble. Oh, that's good. Alright, so she's actually pretty decent this one here, because even though, her resilience stat and, quickness stat are pretty low, so basically she's got, no initiative, she's got really good strength, really good fortitude, and, she has a really good, nimble trait here, as well as a really good doctor. That's nice, too. But, well, let's see here. We're gonna keep this one for sure, and we're just gonna train talents here. I usually like to have someone in the front, basically with, this much HP, have, shotgun talents, so we're gonna get a roaring barrels, and this is a nice debuff ability to, ruin your enemy's day. Also does more damage and more arm pressure is nice as well, and costs the same initiative for weapon talents. So we'll get that for her. And nobody will basically change their weapons they get a talent, they'll change their weapons automatically. You guys should change these guys to have whatever weapons you want to. So for example, I can change her to have the Falcon LMG here. And that will only work the Falcon LMG out range, but if she gets closer, she can use the roaring barrels to kill stuff. So that's the thing she can do. Compared to the other weapon, by the way, you can have a look at what this race is all about. So you have a sword, you have the Falcon LMG, you have a shotgun snubber, you have the Menson rifle, which is basically a sniper rifle, and you got a pistol. You actually look at this stuff to basically see how it basically compares. So you basically have the rifle, which basically has 43 to 73 damage. It's got less piercing than the shotgun, but it is more accurate. And Wow, this number really is a lot better, I guess. So we'll pick this up. I guess there's one thing you could say about like December though. You can't use it at the back row right here, like for anything. So even if like the class towns have class towns that let you fire from that back row, you can't really fire from it with the shotgun. But you know, it's a pretty decent thing to see this number, so we'll make use of it. So she's a keeper, but these other guys, like you know, this pistolier. Well, here's a dismiss button over here, and you can click this space to get rid of guys. So let's dismiss her. Are you sure you want to permanently dismiss Tetet? This can't be undone? Yes. So we just lost our pistolier, and I'll have to recruit someone else in her place. And I guess we're gonna keep the swordsman. She's got you know low strength, but you know I'll keep her because she looks decent enough. It'll be very important for her to basically have parry scatter though. So we're basically gonna have to you know get her like you know one of the, these like defensive sounds like you know, balanced blade or sharp counter to do stuff with. So let's see here. I want her to basically get access to maybe like I think we'll get this one maybe here. Bravery Balanced Blade. You can also get Sharp Counter down here, but it basically like, you know, costs a little more initiative to use. But the reason I'm going to get this one over here is that it also gives you access to melee accuracy. And with her like, basically very low like you know strength, she's going to have a lower accuracy anyway. So this will help out a lot with that. And this is sort of like, you know, tell you what I basically mean. If you look at the sword here, you can basically see like, you know, accuracy from the strength stats. So if your sword is basically low, you can't very much hit very well with it. So having Balanced Blade will basically help out with that quite a bit. And she does have Doctor, so that's nice. I might be able to show you also something very cool about, you know, class changing, by the way, when we basically get officers, by the way, so I'll have to keep this in mind. By the way, you can also, like, rename these people as well, and, like, you know, change, like, their appearances and stuff. And you over here. Alright, so this soldier here has... She has good damage, good accuracy, good armor. But do I want to keep her? She does look decent, this character here, but that fortitude is really, really low. I generally don't like to have characters with really, really low fortitude because they can die very easily, but she does have good initiative at least. That's good to see. Those are good traits to have. Especially this one here, ex-military, but I think we'll dismiss this one too, so we're just going to dismiss her and we'll try and get better people from recruiting so you can see what that's all about. And that's basically our crew list, basically, you know, sorting out of the way, I guess. Now, on the way, like, you know, those guys that are dismissed, I generally don't recommend dismissing people that are really bad. The Pistolier was definitely really bad, and that, like, Soldier was, like, you know, okay-ish, but, you know, I want something better. Although that recruiting people is really, really difficult in this game because sometimes it's really hard to get better people than that, but we'll deal with it anyways, and, like, you know, hope for the best later down the road. Now, although because I dismissed those people, we're going to have, like, access to, like, you know, a few more slots on our ship. So I think we'll get more people. And generally when I like, you know, you're, like, down here, like, you know, on these, like, worlds, you know, like, recruit people if you want to. I think for, like, our purposes here, I'm going to try and get, like, myself maybe, like, in our crew dogs, so we can have, like, you know, 3 of them. And by the way, we can recruit if we want to as well, so, Spice Halls are guiding places and adventurers, blah, blah. And we'll just do what's first right now. Although, by the way, because this is a mobile version, you'll see why this is, like, sort of bad here when you have this on, because if you click recruit here, I'll note, by the way, that, you know, the UI interface for this is not really great because, like, you know, it cuts off a little bit of, like, you know, what's up here, so I can't really read the trait or the top skills. But you can basically see over here, like, you know, what this guy basically has for, like, his stats, and you can basically see, like, if they're any good. So, this crew dog, he has fairly poor charisma, which is, you know, not great. I want to have, like, better than that, perhaps, if possible. So, we have 5 recruits to basically try this with, so, you know, try this again. And again, kind of poor charisma, I want better than that. That's okay. He also good fortitude, this guy, so he'll be able to survive like a torpedo if it hits him in the face. We'll keep him. And we'll just go to our crew here. That's a new crew member, so we'll go into this guy here. We're just going to train her up. I think for this one here, let's get access to safety protocols again as well, so we have to, like, you know, just double up as, you know, for use. And do I need to recruit anyone else? I will have to recruit, like, more, like, you know, soldiers, by the way, down the road. But, well, let's just see here. I'll look away that, like, you know, I probably want to actually get another swordsman. This swordsman I basically have right now is actually pretty decent, but she kind of, like, lacks in the, like, you know, the strength department, which is kind of, like, terrible for her. Though she has, like, doctor, which is very, very cool, so I'll be able to show off something interesting about, you know, officers, if I basically make her an officer, I think. And I might actually want to make her an officer. She has actually got good stats for it. You know, good fortitude, pretty fast. We're gonna try and recruit a swordsman, so you know, have someone to fill that, you know, that role a bit better than her. And oh no, by the way, this is like, you know, where you can really see like really bad. Nobody like the swordsman are level 2, as opposed to like these guys are level 1. So the swordsman I'll recruit will be like a little bit higher level, but at the same time, the stats will probably be a lot worse than we're going to possibly get. So recruit, and this guy I basically got here. They have poor quickness, which basically means like, you know, very poor initiative. Good wisdom though. Very poor strength, even worse than the other guy, but yeah, no good for this guy, so just to dismiss this one. We'll try again. So strength is the last one. She has poor fortitude though, so, you know, no hit points as a result. And decent initiative, she also has a +2. I should probably explain something, by the way. If you see a +2 or like negative something, this is being affected by their traits. So one of her traits basically ups her initiative by 2 here. So she has a +2 initiative before anything else, which is nice. But we're not gonna worry about her, and we'll try this one more time. All right, so we got someone with high strength here, but everything else is crap. So we're not gonna keep her. Now, nobody, if like, you know, you go through this, you don't have anyone to recruit at this point, but you know, we tried, couldn't find one. Oh well. We'll go to the next place and try there. Before we leave, let's just refuel our ship. That'll cost us a little money to do. And by the way, if you really click this, you're going to see, like, you know, how you actually have to pay for it stuff, and like, you know, what we're basically paying for. So 14 is basically going rate. Not great, but you know, whatever, it's fine. Fuel's fairly cheap in this game, so you know, it's basically always worth the refuel anyways. And repair. So I gotta repair my void engine here. My void engine apparently got damaged. To complete this will basically take a day. That's fine. We can just, you know, take a day. So I'll pay for that. Down here you can see, like, you know, our things being done. So we basically pumped 18 fuel into our thing. We had a 10% discount, and it took us hours. No way, that discount, by the way, is coming from my contact over here. So she gives a discount this morning over here. So that's where we got that from. And we have like a starport text basically doing stuff. Anyhow, I think we're gonna basically get to the gameplay at this point. So that's basically enough for, like, you know, basically managing a crew and getting stuff basically out, you know, set up and out of the way. So next time we'll basically jump into after gameplay. But for now, take care. Or actually, you know what? We're just gonna jump in this guy real quickly here, and I'm just gonna, you know, save this guy again. So we basically, like, you know, have everything done in case, like, you know, something happens, and you know, I don't have to go all the way back to, like, you know, before I did all this stuff there. So save slot, overwrite, turn 7 now. That's fine. See you guys next time.